This is a test. I did this before. I did this the other day actually, and I did a whole video, and I made another one of these and everything, and then I realized at the end that I didn't hit go live, so I was in here talking to myself, which is always great. But hopefully this one is streaming. I have an app that allows me to stream through multiple platforms. So this is a test for that as well as a test for like my angles, making sure everybody can see what I'm doing, uh, all of that. So if at any point I can't be heard or seen, this will be a great chance for me to know that. So yeah, right now I'm just making like little small little pouches. Again, something really quick and simple to just test the stream and see what it's doing. Just how it look really small. I'm hoping to do my first little craft show. So I'm gonna need some stuff that fills up a table moderately, you know. But anyways, I did one. I did a Cartoon Network one that I hadn't posted yet, because I was waiting to finish the rest of them, and then I just got lazy, to be honest. So there's this one. I can talk through the process. I don't know how many people plan on actually sewing or whatever, but I'll talk through the process. Um, I'm thinking about doing larger bags on live if that's something you guys want to see, but they will probably be multiple parts, because I sew slow. Um, Part of that's for quality, part of that's because I'm just a slow sewer. Um, but I'd be more than happy to kind of show my process, and it'll also give people an opportunity that if they like the bag, they can be one of the first people to claim it because they know what's coming. So what's it? I figured I'll talk through what I'm doing for this first one. I have 3 cut out. I don't know if I'm gonna sew all 3 on live, but they're cut out. They're ready. I was about to say, as per usual, I can't find all my stuff, but I think I got it this time. I think last time I went live, I had stuff everywhere, and I can never never find all of my stuff. Um, but I'm making an effort to do better. Allegedly. Okay, enough lollygagging. Hopefully, people can see what I'm doing. If not, if anybody joins or if I watch later, I can troubleshoot that. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I'm just making these little pouches. With most things in sewing bags, it's right sides together. So, right sides of the fabric go together. So, with this lining piece, this is the right side of my lining. And this is the outside piece. This is the outside, obviously, of this piece. And then I need my little zipper. A lot of stuff that I'll be doing coming up will probably be horror based because I'm trying to get out all of that horror fabric that I have because there's a lot of it. And the other part is I'm thinking about doing my first craft show, and it's going to be horror themed. Here's my tape. This is double-sided tape. A lot of people use like clips or pins to get their stuff to stick together. I will spend the extra couple of bucks for the double-sided tape and for the extra needles because I don't like my stuff to move when I sew. So I have my lining. And watch I do this wrong because I'm on live. But anyway, I have my lining right side up. I have my zipper right side up. And I'm going to put it centered right on that double-sided tape. This is just a simple like pouch pattern. If anybody's interested in bag making, it's one that I would suggest because it's just a really simple make. Yes, that's right. So now that that's attached with double-sided tape, see, now it's not going anywhere. Most people, or some people, like use these little clips to pin it, but again, like they pop really easy and kind of rough. I don't mean to be rough, but I can be. So I'd rather just double-sided tape it, and I know it's not going anywhere for the most part. So I'm going to do the same thing on the right side of my exterior. And right sides together. So can't really, I don't know if you can see. There's a little triangle right here that I cut out. That's like right on the center. So there's also triangles on my zipper tape and on my lining. That way I know exactly where the middle is and I know where to put the fabric pieces, pattern pieces rather. So I got my lining. Everything is right side up. Sorry, right sides together. And I match. I get my zipper out of the way. And I match. Perfect. So now they're sandwiched. The zipper is sandwiched in between the right side of both of the fabrics. Now all I have to do for this part is just sew them together. I believe it's at 1/4 of an inch. And I think the last time I went live, the general thought, that's not the word I want to use, but I'll use it now. General thought was that you couldn't see what I was doing. So hopefully while you aren't right on the machine, you can still see better what I'm doing, if that makes sense. And if not, if anybody decides to join while I'm up here, you can tell me. Let me see if I can actually move you closer. And shift some stuff. That might be a little better. And if not, I'm sure somebody will eventually let me know. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Anyway, 1/4 of an inch sewing. Okay. Yeah, I had to take a little breaky break because I took a trip to California. So I didn't want to not be consistent and at least post that I was about to not be consistent. So I think in the future I'll try to do stuff ahead of time maybe. That way I have stuff to post even if I'm away. But I'm not to that level yet. I'm still trying to figure out a lot with life. A lot in general. I think I've been more consistent with making things, but not necessarily more consistent with recording the process. And I'm not sure that's something that people even care about, but it's like, why not? I'm not doing anything else while I'm sewing, so why not record the process? So that's one side of it. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the zipper on the other side. So my exterior, my interior sandwiched in between the zipper. But yes. I'm hoping to go live at least once a week. So even if I don't show the entire process on camera, I can show some of it. And you guys can just kind of catch the in-between. Like I said, it usually takes me forever to sew something. These little pouches are quick, and they still will probably are taking me longer than the average person would take to sew it. But whatever. I'm not mad. Okay, so matching up the center. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But I'm really nervous about potentially doing a craft show of some sort. I'm not mean, I don't think, but I'm also not the biggest like people's person. I get really nervous in crowds, which I've worked on and I've done significantly better with. And I'm hoping that this helps me. Um, I think that I come off as a people person, but in the inside, I am screaming. But I have a few friends that have businesses for themselves and they do craft shows. So one of my goals for this year was to do a show with one of my friends that does vendor shows. But then she took a break, so I don't know if that's gonna happen this year. But fingers crossed. Like I said, for this one, I'm really trying to get out all of the spooky Halloween horror fabric that I have. Even though Halloween is still a little bit away, I feel like I'll be less nervous to do a vendor show if I'm not rushing to get products out. So I didn't want to wait till like September to start sewing stuff because anything could happen. You never know. Life happens. Something could happen where I'm unable to sew during that time. So I'd much rather start now. I already have the fabric, so it's not like I have to order anything. Start now, sew now. That way I have a better idea of how much I will have when the time comes. But I don't have a table or anything. If you saw the post that I made a couple days ago, I just got a banner, and that's really exciting. I just got my banner. I got a couple of business cards. What else did I get? A shirt. Yes, I got a shirt so that I could wear it. Did I get anything else? I don't think so. Mainly because all my other resources will be going to supplies. I've had a relatively good year so far with selling my makes. I hope that continues. But this year, since it's really the first year that I've hunkered down to get stuff out, a lot of the profit that I'm making has been going right back into getting fabrics, getting my hardware, getting like labels and bag tags, and just making my stuff look more presentable. I do want to eventually get like boxes, like custom boxes and stuff, but it's a bridge to cross when I get there. This laptop is all in my way. So here's another one. So when I close it, it'll look like that. Oop, doop. There we go. So I have 2 more of these to sew to get to this point, and then after I do this, I put everything the right sides together. So this and this, and then this and this, and then I sew all the way around it. But I figured it'd be quicker to do everything all at once. So these are the 2 that I have so far. yay on me. Make sure that I don't sew the wrong ones together. So I have these clips, if you can see these little clips on the ends of the zipper. Because of how I have the zipper folded, I glued it so that it wouldn't go anywhere, and these clips just kind of help it dry where I needed it to dry. So let's knock out these last two. Let me move this laptop because I have just been knocking it all around. Excuse my big old mouth. Oh, it fell. But anyway, okay, so put this to the side. That's the last one to work on. So we're gonna do it all over again. Like I said, the pouches is with really most bags, it's always right sides together. These pouches are really quick and easy because it's only like 4 or 5 pieces. They're not big pieces, so they're quick sews. So the plan is to get out the rest of these, and then I can go back to working on like full size bags, and then I can use whatever scrap material I have to make more pouches. Because I'm so clever. And then it's like I never have all of the fabric that I need for a project. Because I was working on, well, I am, everything's mostly cut out. I'm working on a Harry Potter duffel bag set. Well, not set, it's just it'll probably be a set. But I'm not working on the entire thing right now. I'm just working on the duffel bag. And I started working on the duffel bag and realized I didn't have enough fabric. And it's just like this much left that I need. So I was so upset because I had been sitting on it, and I was like, man, I'm gonna start on that duffel bag. And I get to it and I'm missing like not even half a yard of fabric. So I think I got that particular batch, that particular color in Rocky Mount. And I'm not in Rocky Mount anymore. I'm not far from it, but I'm not right there either. So I'll have to go and get that, if they even have it, because I got it so long ago, and I think I got it on clearance. So I might not even be able to find it, which doesn't really affect the bag in it per se. I'll just have to find a different accent for it, which I could use black, but the color that I picked I feel like would go so nicely. A nice little contrast of color. And I'm trying to stop using so much black. Because I wear so much black, I think that creeps over into my bag making. A lot of the stuff that I make is black or dark, or she says as she sews blood splatter pouches. After I get this horror stuff out, the goal is to diversify. I am still very much wanting to do my mythology themed clothes and bags, but a lot of the fabric stores that I buy my fabric from just don't have it, and I don't know how to draw, so I think I'm gonna have to just kind of commission somebody to draw for me so that I can get the fabrics that I want printed on fabric, and then I can sew. So that's the plan right now. We'll see. I do have a bunch of fabric that I'm going to make some kimonos out of, the little duster kimonos. I had made one a while ago, and it was really pretty. And I just, with the move and everything, I just hadn't made another one. And I think I was about to lie and be like, I might make one this week. I'm not. I'm not. I want to, but it'll have to be another time. I really want to get out all of this. I have so much horror fabric that is ridiculous. I have so much floral fabric, and I do plan on making some backpacks and slings for the guys, so maybe more unisex stuff. Which, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, most bags can be unisex. I think it really just depends on the fabric. Now, am I saying that little mini tote? Well, no, depending on the fabric, this tote's can be unisex. I don't know. I think there was a guy on my socials the other day asking about what bags are some guys carrying, and some guy was like, "None. I'm a man." And I was like, "Guys can carry bags. It's okay." I went to a con, and a lot of the guys had like the slings and the pouches and the mini backpacks. So not as soon as I get it all out, because I really want to make some of the backpacks out of the horror fabric too. A lot of it also is just gathering all the materials. Which, I've been dragging my feet on this. This is probably going to bite me later, but I've never been like a bag person. I've never carried my own bags like that. I'm such a tomboy. And it's like I can't find one bag that has everything that I would want in a bag. But I finally found a pattern that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make myself a bag. And I have almost everything that I have on hand cut out. I'm waiting for my interior fabric to get here. And I am going to make myself a bag. I'm going to make it. I'm going to put my logo on it. And I'm going to wear my stuff, because I'll make something with myself in mind. I'll be like, okay, I'm making this. This is going to be for me. And then I'll post it, and somebody will be like, I want it. And I'll be like, you can have it. It's available. So I made a really cool color-changing Beetlejuice wallet. And your girl loves Beetlejuice. And I was like, okay, no, I'm definitely going to keep this for myself. I was like, matter of fact, I'm not even going to post it because I want this for myself. And lo and behold, because how will the people know that I can do color changing if I don't post that I can do color changing, But I posted it and somebody wanted it, so I sold it. I might get in the habit of when I do a selfish sew to just make two. That way, if somebody does want it, I can still have what I wanted for myself and then sell it to somebody. I hate having to wait for fabric to make my custom bags. So when somebody's like, I want that, or can you make me this, that, and the third, I understand that it takes time to get it. And I hate to tease them and be like, look what I made. You want it, don't you? And then I don't have the material I need for another 3-4 months. Anyway, we've been doing what I did on the other one. I got this part down. I have it top stitched. I have the lining down. So now I'm going to attach the other side of the exterior and then sew it together. I've been thinking about doing like little tutorial classes for people, because a while back when I when I was a year into sewing, people were like, oh man, you should do this, that, and the third. And I wanted to, but I didn't have the setup I needed for starters to do what I wanted to do. But I mean, if people are still interested in that, I can definitely start doing some sort of tutorials. And not just on bags. I do so many different things. I've been sticking with bags because that's, one, brought me the most joy, and two, been the most profitable for me. But I can definitely go back to showing people how to sew, showing people how to use. I have a serger, I have an embroidery machine. I can definitely go back to showing people how to utilize those things. That way, if they are curious about sewing or want to learn how to do certain things, they can. And they'll have somebody to help them along the way. Somebody that's personalized, not just YouTube. They can, if you have a question, of course, it's you know, I can just hit her up on the socials. But it's been a very productive weekend, y'all. I have been stressing about my website since I launched it. The issue was that I couldn't figure out how to get my shipping to work. So people would get something and it wouldn't ask them for their address or shipping. So I wouldn't know where to send. I mean, I would reach out to them and ask them what their shipping was, but it'd be an extra step that was just a hassle to do. So I wouldn't post my makes on my site because people had no way of really checking out. So I got that figured out last night. I bothered my significant other until he helped me fix it. But we got to figure it out. So, all right. So, is that all of them? I believe it is. So, on to the next step. Yeah. On to the next step. So, I have. Oh, nope, it's not. No, I just lied to y'all. That's crazy. Anyways, I have one more of these to do to get to this point in, and then we can go ahead and sew it all together. I think I'll only do one all the way, and then of course when they're done, they'll be posted on my page, which is, yeah. So my mom always she used to joke with me when I was younger and tell me that I was gonna be like a teacher when I grew up, which I knew I knew that wasn't for me. But I can admit that I have the capacity to be a teacher of sorts. And although this was just a COVID hobby, I feel like it is something that I am relatively good at and would not mind sharing my insight with other people. I've never been one that insists people get it out the mud. If I have the knowledge, then I would like to be able to share that knowledge with people. Because I ain't going to be here forever. I would love for my daughter wanted to learn. My daughter does not. My daughter does not want to do any of this. She is very much in her own little world, which is fine. Whatever she decides she wants to do. But I ain't got nobody to talk about craft stuff with. Everybody that I follow craft-wise kind of have their own platform and everything. So I ain't got no craft friends, y'all. That's cool. I have my craft room actually right now is a absolute mess. I moved everything around to be able to stream and have a better view of some stuff. But my craft room is, if you could see behind me, you would think, you'd be like, yo, call somebody. But it's not even that it's dirty. It's just, I have so much stuff. I have my 3D printer, I have my embroidery machine, I have my heat presses and stuff. I have printers, I have a Cricut. Like, it's so much stuff. So I need to find a way. If anybody knows of somebody that does interior feng shui, whatever, hit me up because your girl is struggling over here. But anyway, same thing we've been doing. Right sides together, zippers in between, pushing that all together. And then I'm just going to sew it along that edge and turn it out and make a pretty top stitch. And then I will be able to finish these all up, and that'll be that. Easy peasy. As she throws all of her stuff everywhere. I am so messy. I am so messy. And then I get mad after the fact, like, man, I gotta clean up my whole sewing room because I was throwing stuff the whole time. Throwing stuff the entire time. My thread got caught. There we go. But I'm working on embroidering some patches. I'm working on hoodies again. It's been great. I've been in such a mood. And then moving will take a lot out of you. I don't know if, I'm sure people have moved, but moving and then also having to move like the craft room or something that you utilize as a business is so frustrating because you have to make sure you have everything is where it needs to be, and like things get lost in a move. I don't know how some of my stuff got lost in a move, but here we are. So as part of it was trying to kind of build my confidence back up to do it, I felt like I moved and then I took a good look and was like, man, do I know what I'm doing enough to do this? So part of that was just getting that confidence up to start again. I hopefully will one of these weekends take everything out of my craft room and then put it back in the way that makes sense. Because right now nothing makes sense. Stuff is just here. Stuff is just everywhere. Okay, so we're almost done with this part for these. Like I said, I think I'm gonna just take one of them and sew around and show you how that comes together. And then once I'm done, of course, they'll be posted on all of the socials. So I think I'm gonna finish up that Beetlejuice one. I'm excited for Beetlejuice 2. My only concern with it is that it's not really gonna be, how can I put this? You know how sometimes they release movies and it's really like nothing of value per se is being done. It's really just an effort to tug on that nostalgia feeling. That's what I don't want. I expect there to be some concepts that are, of course, the same or that carry over. But, like, I don't want to watch the same movie twice. I want it to have its own thing going on. It seems like it does. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it seems like it does have original concepts and everything, but it also kind of feels like it's just Well, matter of fact, my iPad died, which is crazy because it's hooked up to the cord, but whatever. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna finish up these pouches, and like I said, I'll post them once they're done, and that'll be it. Hopefully this was a good test. Hopefully people will let me know if it wasn't, if you could see, if you couldn't see, all that jazz. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Bye.